Alright, good morning guys. I realized I did not film, honestly, much of all yesterday, so we're going to start off this week in the life today. So, it is actually my birthday week. I honestly was having weird feelings about this year, so we'll see how this week progresses, but I thought it would be fun to kind of film a little week in my life. One, just kind of giving an update on where, I guess, self-employment is currently, and then kind of how my sessions and days typically structured. So yesterday was a little bit of a weird one because we had just got home from a trip. We were getting a new fridge delivered because the old one, quite frankly, had died a long time ago, but we were just surviving with a very lackluster fridge that did not hold temp appropriately. So we finally got that taken care of, but that took up a good chunk of the day, and then running out to go get some of the groceries to fill it up, since obviously once we were gone, we tried to empty out the fridge as much as possible. That way, when we came home, we didn't have as much groceries to have to store while they were transporting the fridge in and out. But that now brings us to Tuesday. It's currently 9 a.m., so I just had an 8 to 9 a.m. session. Usually they're kind of back to back from 8 to noon, and then I have lunch break from 12 to 1, and then again from 1 to 4 or 5, depending on the day. I'll have more clients. Today, of course, we have a new person, so it usually kind of end up being a 60 to a 90-minute session, so sometimes we have a 30-minute random block here and there. So right now I'm actually just looking at more of the afternoon clients. Usually I can get all my people looked up first thing in the morning. Sometimes if things go a little bit haywire first thing in the morning, then I end up doing it either one on the breaks that I have, or two, end up doing it on my lunch break. So those are usually the main times when we try to get this done, since I have another 20 minutes for this next client comes in. And then with that being said too, we've also had a lot of just updates to the charting software that we use. So going back in and correcting some of the old charts that needed updated to be in compliance with the new format that they are requesting. So it's kind of where we are. I'm going to spend the next little bit getting this next person this afternoon ready to go. And then I'll catch in with you guys probably on my lunch break, I'm going to assume. So see you then. Alright guys, so obviously it's lunch break right now from 11 to 12 today. Ran a little bit over for my last client and have some charting to do from them, and I have one last client that I need to look up and just get some last information on before our session here this afternoon. But currently just doing a little bit of spaghetti leftovers for lunch. Obviously that's probably not enough. I'm going to have probably a side salad hopefully after this next group of patients as a snack per se, around about 3 or so, to kind of just get me through until dinner. But beyond that, we should be going, or I should be going hopefully to the grocery store today, assuming that we have the time. If not, I'll find another time to go to the grocery store this week, because I think that I can probably get through at least probably tomorrow without going. But otherwise, that's it for now. I'm going to hopefully get outside and spend time with the boys, since of course that's one of the benefits of getting to work for yourself. But I obviously got to get work done first, so let's do that. Alright, good morning everyone. So we did have some hiccups. It's now Thursday, which also happens to be my birthday. So we are another year older, and actually I feel good about it for once. Last year I kind of felt as though time was flying by, not in a good way, in part because one, I feel like we didn't have any progress on the health situation. That hasn't changed. But I felt as though we didn't really have any life progress in terms of family planning and such. And obviously there are some changes that have happened with that, which I'm sure we will probably have said at this point in time. If not, I guess you won't see this part of the video. But last 2 days, anyways, have been a little chaotic. So Tuesday is always my day that I have 2 shifts. So I have my shift that I work for the hospital, which is between 4 to 6 hours, give or take. And then, of course, I work for myself. Usually I only schedule myself to work 4 to 5 hours on those Tuesdays so that I have time for other things, but I ended up having 6 hours worth of work for myself plus 5 hours of work for the hospital. So that put me on a higher day of work, and then of course trying to cook everything for dinner and just get the day ready to go. So unfortunately I did not talk with you. I think I got a few clips of going to Aldi and such, so I'll implement those in here and there if I feel like it, I guess. Not sure they're that entertaining, but yesterday was Wednesday, and alongside of both Tuesday and Wednesday, the platform that I use for my private practice actually introduced a new form of charting that actually is a little bit more time consuming up front right now, because we have to go back and essentially redo our initial charts to be updated to the new standards. So instead of what takes me maybe 10 to 15 minutes to chart, every chart was taking me between 20 to 30 minutes at times to go back and obtain all the information that's been stored elsewhere throughout the course of the last couple of months that I've been working with some of these clients. So that took up a lot of the time on Tuesday, yesterday, even today, but thankfully today is a half day for me because 1, it's my birthday and I was intending to treat myself to a little bit of time off, but 2, because we now have a doctor's appointment or an OB appointment here this afternoon where we should, keyword should, so that we were going to get to at least hear baby last week, but we're going to get to see baby this week. We have confirmed we do have an ultrasound here today and this afternoon. I did not sleep honestly at all last night, I think because I'm genuinely just so excited to see this little baby, make sure everything's a-okay. Obviously I'm praying everything's completely fine, otherwise that might be a very terrible birthday gift to myself, but that's the plan. But that now brings you up to where we are currently today on Thursday. So obviously I'm going to spend a little bit of time doing my quiet time out here during my break until my next client. Obviously the dogs are of course one around having the best time of their life, and so alongside of that, here in this afternoon, Sam and I are going to get my little Starbucks birthday treat. That's one of the few times a year I actually even get Starbucks, quite frankly. And then go to this appointment. And then later tonight, we have planned a dinner out at Barn 8, which is a local farm-to-table restaurant here in the Kentucky area, Louisville area rather. So very excited to take you guys along for all of that. Hopefully I'll get you guys some fun clips to just catch you up on what's been going on today and this past week, and of course the rest of the weekend, I'm sure, because there will be birthday festivities, and I think we're telling some of our friends tomorrow at dinner that I'm pregnant. So I cannot wait to share all that with you guys someday here soon. Alright, so that is a wrap on sessions for today. It's now 12 o'clock, well 12:30. Sam's on his way home. I'm going to heat me up some food. He is picking up my birthday Starbucks drink. So they have a pumpkin chai, so we'll see how that goes. Honestly, I just love the regular chai, but to be fun and a little bit festive, I figured why not try the pumpkin. But gonna heat up lunch, enjoy that real quick, and then we have to run out the door for our appointment. Alright guys, it is now a little bit closer to 1. We have the birthday coffee, well birthday chai I should say, secured. And I was trying to show you guys earlier, but the barista was overly sweet about their message. I've never had someone ever put that much effort and time, including the use of 2 different colored Sharpies, on my coffee before, my beverage before. So I thought that was kind of a fun, sweet touch. But enjoying lunch with Sam. He's actually home, and we have enough time to not be rushing out the door, thankfully, before we go to our appointment here soon. But I'll catch you guys up here later, more than likely when we get over to Barn 8 for dinner. You did not. We aren't really allowed to film, unfortunately, in any of the midwife appointments, so you'll just have to take my word for it that the midwife appointment went very well. However, it does turn out that according to our dating ultrasound, that I am not as far as we thought. So we thought that I was a little over 12 weeks. According to the dating scale, it looks like I'm a little bit under 11 weeks. I moved my due date back, I think it was 9 days. So I guess I found out super duper early at maybe only around about 3 weeks pregnant, or just a couple days post ovulation essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Do you really want to do this on our property? What tastes like the African marigolds that I was trying to plant? Oh. So, in celebration of all of the good news, including, of course, the fact that baby's growing well, my birthday, and the fact that, of course, our wedding anniversary is only 2 weeks before my birthday, we went ahead and booked out a lovely dinner here at Barn 8. And quite frankly, I just absolutely adore this restaurant. I love the garden. I love that they grow all of their herbs and the flowers they put on their centerpieces, I believe, here on the property. We've been coming here for many years now. So if you don't know Barn 8 and you're in the Louisville area, it's a local farm to table restaurant. They partner with a lot of farmers in like the Shelby County, Henry County area and beyond, quite frankly. And honestly, one of my dreams one day would be that maybe, just maybe, we can be a farmer or a producer for a restaurant like Barn 8, or maybe even specifically Barn 8. Barn 8 really does hold a lot of special memories for us. So usually we come here to celebrate birthdays, anniversaries, and many times we've celebrated New Year's with our in-laws. But in the meantime, while we are not in a place of being farmers quite yet, and we're still not on our land, I'm just going to have to enjoy dining at restaurants like this that really prioritize seasonal quality ingredients, that I also support the local farmers. Alright guys, happy Friday. Obviously we didn't talk much last night, ended off the birthday just spending time with Sam and just calling friends and family on the phone, as people probably often do on their birthdays, catching up. But it's Friday morning. We have a very busy day today as far as patients go, but I am done by 3. Thankfully, because I need to make a dessert that I'm taking over to a friend's house tonight, because Sam and I are having dinner with our friends Sarah and George and their 2 little kiddos if they're going to be there. But one, very excited because we have some news to tell them. I've been waiting and just answered prayers as a whole. And then just beyond that, honestly, it's been probably a month and a half or so since we've got to spend time in their company. And they are truly just such a cherished friendship. So I just want to make sure we get to spend really good quality time with them. But that is it for now. I've got a client here in about 5 minutes. So I'm going to do my last little minute chart notes to prep for them. And then we'll be ready to go.
Do you want a Starbucks first or coffee first?
Well, we do the Italian long ways on the grill, but you could do,
Well, you know, like, so I've noticed that, like, I'll get corn if I don't.
Alright, good morning guys. We are back from the farmer's market now. I just wanted to show you some of the more fun finds, or less, we'll say normal finds. So one, picked up a little birthday bouquet of farmer's market flowers. And then as a little birthday treat, even though birthday was yesterday, or 2 days ago now, goodness. Someone actually was making homemade macaroons, and they have flavors of apple pie, chai spice, mixed berry, and strawberry basil. Tell me that that does not look and sound absolutely divine. But that is kind of all we have in plan for today was the farmer's market. I think we're just trying to have a chill day with maybe a trip to the park, walks around the neighborhood. Honestly, just enjoying what feels like very much fall weather here, like 50 degrees in August. That's it for now. I'll catch up with you guys in a little bit. So making my little homemade arrangement with my farmer's market bouquet was really what rounded out the end of my birthday festivities for this weekend. One day, hopefully here soon, we'll be growing our own flowers on our own farm, but obviously it seems like God has his own timing, and I'm sure it's going to be beautiful when it does happen, but we'll just keep playing that by ear. So in the meantime, while we're not out on our property and out on the farm, I just love to soak in every moment outside and on our farm, quite frankly, when we can. So as my final birthday celebration to myself, me and the in-laws and my husband, of course, went out to the farm just to go check on the Christmas trees, see how they were doing, and just go check out on the farm in general. It's been quite some time. It is a little bit farther away from us than I would like, so it's not exactly feasible for us to just pop in on a random weeknight if I want to, even though I certainly would if it was close enough. Not to mention, also, look at this. This is entirely different than last year. There's so much ironweed everywhere, but with that, it's just fun to see the farm change. And if you are anywhere interested in what building a farm from the ground up looks like in your 20s, feel free to stick around for all the fun festivities in the months and years to come. If you're interested, hope you subscribe. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye.